Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Opportunity. Our scientific mission is straightforward. Examine the space around, monitor the surface of, and perhaps lead a team into the Anomaly at Sector A98. Tune in to hear John Garlick run the adventure with Jay Duguay, John Kennedy, Justin Wiggy, myself, and a host of special guests joining us at the table. Galactic adventures begin just after this music.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Gaming with Scott. I'm here with Jade and Josh.
What up?
Yo.
Two parts of the J Squad. Two-thirds, two-fourths, one half. I don't know. Well, because there's John is over there. He's part of the J Squad.
Jay is not with us.
Jay is not with us.
We're missing
tonight.
Jay.
We're missing
Yeah.
Jay.
Well, technically, J Squad started with Halloween, which did not have Jay. It had John Kennedy.
No, Jay was here. He was Sarge.
Oh, he was.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jay was
so
Sarge.
yeah.
Yeah, the J Squad was all over the Halloween
We
game.
didn't have Josh.
Yeah, Josh.
That's who we
Josh
didn't
was-
have.
sorry.
Imagine
Boat anchor.
how many Jays
Really?
we would have had in here that
Yeah, I know.
night.
Oh, I know. And then who had to F it up?
Right? You
That
could have
guy.
been a part
you
of the
couldn't have
Jays.
been here for Halloween,
I
huh?
could argue Rigo's effed it up.
I was trying to go get full-size candy bars by wandering around my neighborhood.
That's what I heard from you.
I don't even know where I was at.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Where? No. Where
Why
we're just
didn't-
gonna leave that gap in your memory unexplored because we don't want to know what the Klingons needed to overwrite.
There are three lights.
Bling.
There are 4 lights. So,
3.
no, I was going to recommend that we saw him half naked in a basement with full-sized candy wrappers all around him.
I saw that once.
Yeah.
Don't have a meeting
That's-
in a basement
That's like
because it's a basement.
Blair Witch kind of business right there.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want
You
to know.
know,
We don't
I
want to know
thought
what your
candy
business
bars
is.
and lotion down in the hole would help him out.
No.
Puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again.
Butterfingers and lotion.
I'd F me.
Goodbye, horses.
Especially after ghost peppers.
Right?
Okay.
So cleaning jalapenos, I rubbed my eyes one time. Woo! That was fun.
Yes.
So,
So the ships are on their way.
Captain Canestra says, "Oh, there he is now."
Damn it.
Wait. Her voice changed.
Oh,
No,
there
not
he is
really.
now.
Wait, hold on.
Well, there he is now. I've been fucking with you.
Larry the Trach guy.
I'm tracheotomy, man. Okay.
You will never
I
ever
will
let that
never
bit
let
go.
that go. That is the greatest thing in the world.
See-
Dennis Leary, 1992, No Cure for Cancer.
Oh, okay.
Tracheotomy, man. Look, he's on his way right now.
He will do this at least 3 or 4 more times. before
Oh,
they
it's
do
the
that.
absolute best.
See, me and my friend used to do this whole thing where we were the Waffle House waitress that had smokes the Virginia Slims and
Yeah.
puts it out in your pancakes. So we have this that voice down pat,
Do
but
it.
oh god, it kills my throat.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So maybe towards the end.
Okay.
When I don't have to talk anymore. I mean, not that I'm
Nice.
doing a lot
Last
anyway.
Last time on Star Trek Adventures,
Yeah.
if his ass
Is that what we're
wasn't
calling it? Star Trek Adventures? Or is that
it's the name of
game?
the game.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't.
Last
I'm
time
so
on Star
behind.
Trek Adventures. Well, if his ass wasn't sweeter than Cardassian Canar syrup, we'd be out the airlock a while ago.
Jesus.
Oh, that's so awesome.
She's like, cool aunt.
Cool ant.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
No, she's totally the Waffle House waitress.
Flow.
What are you having?
All right. So,
my
so you guys they have entered the sector. They've crossed the neutral zone.
Uh-oh.
You guys have a certain amount of time before they arrive.
O'Neill, prepare a message for our Romulan counterparts,
Okay.
All right.
which will state...
At this point, Ambassador Martine says he wants to comes to the bridge. Says, "Oh, I need to speak to. I need to be. Any official diplomatic transmission must involve me."
Meh.
He shows up with like half a dozen guys.
Of course, you need an entourage.
Entourage.
So
Wait.
what's the message going to say?
Which one is Martine?
He is
the
the
diplomat.
ambassador, the diplomat that
Is
you
he
guys
the
have.
claw guy?
No.
Not
That was Lieutenant Commander Torchalorn.
Torch. There's so many.
Yeah, sorry. There's a lot of NPCs being.
You don't have
introduced in
these
the first
names?
session.
Torchalorn.
It'll all be written down on in our notes.
Yay.
Torchalorn.
Just so you know.
So what's the message?
Everything that you've sent, I've printed out.
Oh, thank
What
you.
message, sir? What?
Oh, to
The one you're working on.
You said to send a message. I was waiting for you to tell me what you wanted sent.
No, I want you to compose a message and give it to me before you send it to address the Romulan warbirds.
Okay.
like. Would you like?
Wait.
The comms officer is helping.
Yeah.
He says, "Would you like it to be a friendly greeting, hostile greeting?"
I'd like it to convey, hey, you've crossed out of the neutral zone and into non-Romulan space. Hold your horses, mister.
Definitely type it in Comic
Yeah,
Sans.
Romulan warbirds, you have exited Romulan space. Please turn around. That's all I got.
All right, so I look over to the comm officer who hopefully has something better than that.
He says, "I've composed something." At this point, the ambassador, is furious and says, "We can't tell them what to do. It will be seen as an act of aggression."
I cannot wait for video. I cannot wait
Just
for
so everyone can see him do the
his
characters live.
This
Captain, I must protest.
the voices are not enough.
Ambassador Martine, this is not a diplomatic exchange. There are at least 5 Romulan warbirds that are crossing out of neutral space and into our space. This is an act of aggression, and this is an act of aggression by a Romulan captain with whom I have history and who probably wants to provoke and or kill me.
Well, you are the last person who should be talking to him then. With that,
Oh, great.
with that, you are able to have security escort him off the
No.
bridge if you want.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
So, Ambassador, who do you recommend should speak to him?
I should speak to him.
And what would your end goal be?
Well, obviously, we would begin with the end of explaining our situation and being very comprehensive. And he starts to babble.
Captain,
Yes,
I believe if we allow the diplomat to speak, that they might be more inclined to attack us.
of course.
Just throwing that out there, sir.
Well, you have several hours to. At that point, the diplomat the ambassador gets huffy, storms back to his quarters.
Alrighty, I knew that would resolve itself.
Yes.
I wouldn't have to throw him off the bridge. He was going to get miffed.
I will be talking to the Commodore about it.
Hufflepuff.
This is my C. That's my C-3PO voice too.
I would be talking to the Commodore.
But there was a Commodore. I need to write that name down. Who was in charge of the task force?
John has extensive notes.
Extensive.
I
Just for the
can
list of
see that from
NPCs.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
He's like the Adrenian Tuloth Stenalor. He's got a list.
Well, we had to flesh out
Torch and Or.
we had to flesh out the list of crew members just to there would be some people.
It's like Red
with
Shirt
names.
6.
Yeah. Otherwise, it it helps out.
Oh, no,
and
I
plus,
agree.
it lets me have a dick joke or two to
I love it.
throw in there.
I love it. His claw was massive.
It's quite impressive.
Very.
Stinger, that's what she said.
Oh,
Zing.
Oh,
It's just a flesh wound.
Oh, right.
he said sting her.
Barely know her.
That's right.
okay.
Darn near killed him.
All right, so you guys have have several hours to analyze the spatial anomaly before your Romulan buddy gets here.
Alrighty.
So you're working under a deadline, but you do have time to do your science thing.
Yay! Alrighty.
which is it is your thing. You are a science ship.
Science?
Also,
Science!
Keep in mind, I forgot to throw this in when Jackson was making rolls, is that when you are doing stuff with using the ship's systems, the ship rolls to help you. One of the other players represents that and rolls a d20 when you're taking readings or whatever. The USS Curie has stats that I have on the sheet.
Nice.
As an intrepid, she's basically like statted out for exploration. That's her her complementary, her systems. But
Her shtick.
her for science and con, she has a bonus for being an intrepid.
Nice. To Sass, figure out how that anomaly works. You have 1 hour.
I'll get right on that, Captain.
I need it done by then.
All right.
Don't say 1 hour later.
1 hour later. Oh no. Okay, so you guys, based on the information that Captain Canestra sends over, this gives you a little more info. It looks like the Klingons detected a cloaked Romulan science vessel. And and they shot a few warning shots into its general area.
Off the port bow.
The shots crossed the place where the sphere is now, and sort of activated it. That was when the wall expanded.
Do the general sensor readings coincide with the readings that we would get from the power source of a Romulan ship?
It's not a singularity.
A singularity?
It's
A forced singularity, that is.
yeah. It's not an artificial. I mean, the bubble is not
Right.
is not that.
Is it and it's not giving off the same power signatures
No.
of a forced singularity.
is-
You know where I was going with that.
Yes, it is not Romulan technology.
Damn. I was like, ooh, time.
The-
Time bubble, forced singularity, nesting.
The other thing that you determine from that Captain Canestra seems to be pretty smart in the sciences herself, and has been scanning into subspace, where it looks like this sphere goes into other dimensions.
Ooh.
And but it only started sending out, and basically it appeared after all of the ships disappeared and started sending out their signals.
Are we ignoring the three theories, or are we?
Oh well, I'll let you guys revise your theories based on this new information. But basically, what happened was they sent a shot through the area through the middle of this area, and it activated something. A big wall of energy appeared, swallowed up all the ships, contracted back, and now there's this glowing ball that is sending out signals.
To Sass, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Are the hailing frequencies, are the signals that we're getting, do they match the quantum signature, the general resonance frequency of our universe, or are they from another? Is the signature from native to here or native to some other place?
You are able to determine with your sophisticated instruments on the ship that these are exactly as they would have been from the ships that were here. But they are like emulated. They're coming from this ball. They're not really from those ships, but it is. But the signal that is being sent is exactly how it was.
So it's this.
It's this universe.
Okay.
It is emulating the ships that were here, but it is just sending out the signal over and over again,
It's just basically an echo of the signals.
Alrighty, I had an idea, but that ain't it. Because I was going to say, match that frequency, the match that shift, and we're going to go in. That's not it.
No, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Okay, well, ideas, O'Neill.
Can start hypothesizing.
Yeah. So, hypothesis. The shot heard around the world ripped a hole in space-time.
Was the bubble present when the shot was fired?
No.
No.
It
So the
appeared. It appeared after the ships disappeared.
So, hypothesis, it's a rip in space-time, and we're not sure where it would take us if we entered.
Was the other Romulan ship a science vessel?
Yes.
So what?
They were just sneaking around looking.
Oh, of course, being sneaky in
So
science.
what did the shot hit? Do we know?
It just
It
passed
had
through.
to have hit the Romulan science vessel that was cloaked.
It entered the area where the ball is now,
Okay.
but it didn't hit anything. But it sort of like made a shiny flash.
Captain, permission to speak freely?
Yeah, always.
Let me take a runabout in there. We can't take this huge mother in there.
No.
Why not?
No.
How many of our ships are in there?
Maybe none.
There might not be an in there.
Well, let's send a probe.
There you go.
Okay.
See, prepare a class
B?
1.
Sure, why not?
Zeta? I don't know.
A class. We're going to say it's a class 2 probe. We don't know if it's better or worse.
No, class 1 is the maximum sensor suite. Class 5
okay.
is just a buoy.
Okay.
No, I actually do have all the. Do you
Oh,
really
that's
want
right.
to know?
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
I defer to your expertise.
We can do a class 2. A class 2
No.
should give me everything I need. A
Yeah.
class 1 is very sensitive science
It's-
instrumentation.
It has all of the sciences. on
yeah,
it.
class 2 would be fine.
And Captain, we have 2 hours before the Romulan vessels arrive.
Right. It would take too long to put a class 1 probe together for what we want. Fire a class 2 into that sucker and let's see what we get.
All right, Captain.
To SAS, I want you monitoring all the way up to and including penetration and entry.
Oh.
All
See,
right.
I can do those jokes too.
Am I allowed to roll on this yet?
Okay, so the way this is going to work is you're going to add the Curie's computers plus science to this roll.
And I get to guide this probe, correct?
Yeah, with your con. So
Yeah, you do.
So one player is going to roll 1 die
This is
for
a
the
hands,
Curie.
This is a hands-on probe injection.
Ah!
You're
love
gonna
it.
okay. You're gonna roll.
Yeah, 'cause
we're
I'm-
gonna call this
Con and what?
control plus con.
Okay, 14.
Okay, and
Hold on, don't go anywhere yet.
Jade, you're gonna roll 1d20.
So he's rolling 2d20.
He's rolling 2.
She's rolling
1.
I gotta believe
The system. Okay, the computer systems are an 11 plus 4 for science, so you're rolling on a 15. Now,
I'm
what
roll-
you can do.
I'm rolling on a 15 because of a talent. It reduces, right?
A focus.
Yeah.
Is going to.
Well, it's a talent. It says push to the limits with
Oh,
con.
that's for when you're flying in like dangerous area.
I'm flying into an anomaly.
Yeah,
that I
sure.
don't know.
That'll reduce the difficulty by 1.
Yay!
So
Yay.
the difficulty
15.
is going to be a 2. You can spend those
Some
chips,
momentum
some momentum.
to pick up extra 20s.
So you can buy 1 extra D20 for 1 chip, or you can buy 2 extra 20s for 3 chips.
No, I want to save this if we actually have to send people in there.
No, spend 1.
Why?
Get a 20.
I can spend mine, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can.
yeah, it's a general
spent.
thing.
You don't.
Spent.
No, you don't get
No.
to spend. No, get out of here.
I already
She
spent one.
Yeah, it's a
Hey,
communal
Touching
pool.
other people.
Question.
All of you
do it.
have it represents your team. You're doing teamwork. You're not a bunch of
That's
little
effing
Star
teamwork.
Wars shits running around being your own heroes.
I can't be
you
a
are
Jedi.
team.
Do I get anything special for my talent of testing a theory in this?
Sure, why not?
5 gold.
I'll let you roll. I'll let you roll. It'll count as 2 successes if you get under a 5 or less.
Nice.
So you roll 1. You roll 3.
Ooh, below a 15.
Skipped. I got a 12.
Okay.
12 and a 2.
Nice. That's an extra success.
And a 9.
Okay, so all right, so that is going to beat the difficulty of 2.
Because we got 5 successes,
Got
correct?
5 successes. So that is going to so your momentum tops out at 6. Just so you know. So you I'm going to give you an extra chip there.
Okay.
Okay, so
I spent a chip. He gets one.
I like this.
well, I mean,
It's a communal pool.
It's a
you
communal pool.
Stop it.
You've got to cooperate. You're on one ship. So, all right, the probe launches. It go, bing, bing, bing. As it.
That's technically the noise a class 3 would make.
Hey.
go ahead.
What's the sound of 2 would make?
You're-
Nerd rage.
Your Star Trek sounds are way off.
Way off. I know
Okay,
exactly what
it
those
is it looks like it's approaching the.
You're going to need to
the
do
sphere.
a mean Major Roddenberry, Major Barrett Roddenberry by the end here to save this.
Oh, that's true.
Go ahead.
But it looks like a tiny mosquito approaching like a
Testicle.
beach ball.
Oh, beach ball. I got it. Right.
It's,
Well, tiny mosquito against. Well, never mind.
well,
I
it's
he was trying to make a size comparison.
the
I was
sphere
going
is-
with what was natural.
The sphere is a mile wide,
Right.
and so
It's a tiny mosquito. I got you.
tiny mosquito landing on the Epcot Center.
Right.
It approaches. It begins to
Telemetry.
It begins to do telemetry. Gives you back all of this science information.
Okay.
That this is that this is reaching into multiple dimensions.
Yes.
That this is that the and at this point,
Does it come back with instructions like to close dimensional gate? Please press 9.
but
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It begins to.
She gave me a look like, what is he saying?
It begins to pick up more and more information where this is this is made of energy, but the shape itself is composed of organized, independently reproducing systems. This thing is alive.
Whoa.
Great. Does it match the coordinates of what we expect to be the gate of the wormhole?
Oh yeah.
Great. That's
It
just even
extends.
more wonderful.
It extends across dimensions. It leads somewhere else. This is a living thing that extends beyond 3-dimensional space.
Are there ships within it?
There, you begin to get signals that are. You see that there is a. You begin to get signals from another probe. This is a buoy, a class 5, that has been jettisoned from the USS Vigilant. It's not. You're not actually getting the signal, but it is. It is parroting the signal from the buoy, just like it's parroting the signals from the Klingon ships and the Federation ships that were in the task force.
Is the buoy a communication buoy? Is it?
It is a communications buoy, and it begins to extract an audio-only message.
What is it?
The audio-only message says, "This is Commander Baker, Executive Officer of the USS Vigilance. The captain is incapacitated and possibly dead. We are experiencing extreme distress and have taken damage after being pulled into the spatial anomaly. There is unidentified Federation wreckage here. We are attempting to salvage, possibly to in order to rebuild our own systems. We are in dire straits. Fahrenheit and Curie, if you're getting this, please send a relief at once." Message ends.
Or message repeats, right?
Well, message, yeah, and then it repeats.
One more time then.
This is Commander Baker.
Run that back. Yeah, we'll play that again. Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll copy it twice. How about that?
This is Commander Baker,
CC me on it.
executive officer of the USS Vigilance.
Our captain is maybe dead. Blah blah blah.
Well, the captain is
Incapacitated,
disabled,
maybe dead.
maybe dead.
Yeah.
And it's fast forward, scrubbing.
Nice.
We were drawn in. He says we were drawn into the space-time anomaly. We've sustained heavy damage, and
O'Neill, open a channel to Captain Whitaker.
Aye, sir.
bling,
Open.
bling, bling.
Channel open.
It opens.
Captain Whitaker, are you receiving the reading from the probe?
Yes, I am.
Did you hear the message from the Vigilance?
Yes, it sounds very serious.
It does. I'm preparing my crew to enter the anomaly.
All right.
What flashes through his mind when he's all right?
He says, he is thinking that he is about to face five plus Romulan warbirds by himself.
Alone.
Nice.
Is what he's thinking.
He's getting left to hold the bag again.
At this point, he says, "I have requests. The science team wants to come with you." At this point, you see that the Cardassian is on the bridge again. He says, Dr. Nerrick says, "Sir, I want to come with you. I may be the best bet you have for coming back."
Okay. Get him over here.
And also, he looks the Cardassian looks sideways at and you see that you didn't notice him at first because, of course, he's sneaky. The Gamazoid is there, and given that this may be a living thing, I think that Dr. Damascus should come with me.
So be it.
All right. Well, they immediately run off the bridge for the
Whitaker, get him to a transporter, and then we'll handle it when we get here. When they get here.
Hey, John, can I try to pilot the probe out? I want to just curious.
Yeah. Okay.
See what happens.
Give me a regular roll.
2 or 1?
2. And Jade, you can roll again for
What
this.
am I
This is
using?
going to be with roll versus a 14.
18.
Okay.
12 and 11.
All right. You successfully withdraw the probe.
So
It doesn't explode when it hits the wall of the interior of the.
but the
At this point, though, you do notice something else, though. Jade, you notice that the
one thing, Captain, a minute.
probe, the probe comes back. The probe is fine.
Slimed. Sorry.
But the sphere is now sending out signal as if it were the probe, like just the its basic transponder. It is it has learned that, absorbed that, however you want to do it, and it is now sending out the signal that the probe was sending out.
I have
Captain,
Yeah.
I think it's learning based on the signals coming from the ships.
Okay, we're about to head in. What I want is I want when we hit the wall of whatever that is, I want us electronically deadened. I want no communications headed out. I want no signals. We're on passive scan only.
Yeah.
I don't want that thing picking up anything we're broadcasting.
Captain, 2 thoughts?
Yes.
One-
Sure, I'll take 3.
1, if I could pilot a probe out of there, maybe we could find a way to depolarize the anomaly to push the starship out, or 2, take a couple runabouts in and see if we can tow her home instead of taking the whole kit and caboodle in. If a probe got out of there,
The probe did not actually touch the wall. It just got really close.
Oh, it didn't go
It
inside.
didn't go inside.
Oh, we were gonna.
Oh, you were going to send it right in?
yes.
Oh,
that-
well, 2 fingers up.
Okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
We're gonna go.
Yeah.
elbow
When he said
deep
he was
if we
calling
can
it
get
back.
No, I want to go in and see how massive the force is trying to come back.
Okay. All right. You basically what happens over the you have successfully it crosses the sphere, the surface of the sphere.
Yeah.
Enters it. And
Has
inside
penetrated the sphere.
inside it is It is hollow, just regular space. It is just the sphere is just a surface, and there's just regular space inside.
Those, and now we're looking at quantum ratings, and it's our universe space.
It is, yes. It is regular inside the thing. However, when to avoid retconning, you send your thing back, and you're like, okay, fine, just bring it back. It is crossed through. It is crossed through the shell.
Yeah.
And it's just regular space inside. It is just a thing.
Okay.
You start to bring it back.
Yeah.
It fires its reverse thrusters, and suddenly there is some kind of one of the ensigns on the bridge says, "Sir, we're picking up a massive subspace surge." At this point, it's been a few minutes. The probe is flying back towards the Curie. Your scientists have both come over. Mm-hmm. Actually, hold on. Just let me roll here. The scientists are still on the other ship.
Okay.
Okay.
At this point, there is sort of a rumble as the inertial dampeners take a jiggle from whatever this disturbance is.
Not a jiggle.
You gave it a boo-boo.
I don't know.
To SAS, I want you to be able to switch our inertial dampeners over to subspace dampeners if we need to.
Okay.
Okay. At this point, you see that
does the probe make it back at all?
the probe. At this point, you see the probe. It is going ding 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 at impulse.
Yeah.
A quarter impulse speed. Back towards the Curie, mm-hmm. when suddenly it disappears from the back to the front, and it is no longer there.
Wow. No readings, no bing, no beeping. No,
it is gone. Aside from the bing coming from the ball,
right?
But at this point, you get an emergency hail from Canestra. It's like, that's what happened. It's happening again now.
Reverse?
Full away from that. Get
All
us
right.
out of here.
At this point, okay, you guys.
No reverse polarity on the object.
You're going to. Okay, at this point, you get an emergency signal from Captain Canestra. It says something has as she's attempting to engage her warp drive. Watching the ship, it starts to accelerate and then stops as the warp bubble
collapses.
Popped.
Oh, okay.
And the ship is fine, but it immediately starts to list mm-hmm. as it suffers some kind of power failure. And then vanishes
from the space closest to the bubble,
coming towards
out.
you.
Yeah. Okay, great.
At this point, you see the Fahrenheit has gone to red alert again.
Okay. Hale, Whitaker, tell him to beam them over now. Set a course for the center of the anomaly. Turn on our subspace dampeners. Run silent. Run deep. Take us in.
All right. At this point,
I don't think we have time for runabouts.
Okay. At this point,
It's going to be a career-ending decision.
Okay. You see that the Fahrenheit says Whitaker is yelling orders to his crew. He says, "We can't beam them over. We've put up shields." At this point, you see that the shields begin to sort of oscillate.
Modulate, yeah.
Yeah, modulate. Jiggle in a weird way. He attempts to engage, warp to escape. Uh-huh. The bubble collapses, and you see that the last thing you see is as they drift closer to it, is the Cardassians yelling, "It's not a wormhole, it's a mouth," as the ship disappears.
Tractor beam on the
Gone. Give me, okay, at this point,
crap.
at this
Full
point,
impulse. Get us out of here.
all right, give me, this is the roll that is going to determine how the rest of this entire game is going to play out.
There you go.
So it is
Oh,
going to
these,
be.
take these.
So you can dump your entire stack of momentum right now, as the
I think that's smart.
for 3 extra dice for a total of 5. Actually, Whitaker. No, I'm sorry. The captain needs to roll for the ship
Okay.
to help out. This is going to be engines plus con. So you're rolling on a 14. Roll 1 die. Plus 5 dice for Jackson. Do you need more dice?
More dice?
I do.
There's one.
What do I need to be under 14?
We're gonna say control plus con.
Under 14, and then I have a
Hey,
talent. under 15.
just so you guys know, one of my focuses is warp engines.
Okay.
Yes.
That will help you fix this after it breaks.
I'm going to-
will
And
help
engineering is a 4.
Yes.
I'm going to hit him with inspiration.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
just-
you can roll. You actually roll. You roll your reason plus science with your warp engine specialty to try to
Can I have one more? I'll give it back to you.
help
I need
get
this
all
one.
of every ounce of energy.
That's a 15.
Okay, so you roll 1 die, and that helps it.
So I just rolled 4 of my 5, and I rolled a 3, 8, 9, and 8 under a 15. So all that's 4.
Okay.
And I'll roll another one, which is another 3. So that's 5 under.
Okay,
I rolled a 5
all right.
for 5 or less for the ship.
Give me the my red dice.
That will not give 2 successes, but it gives 1.
That's fine.
Okay, so
We're heroicing this up.
all right, total it up for me. You and actually your talent activates because this is a dangerous environment. It's going to go it's going to drop the difficulty down to 4. So you've got 1, you've got 5.
I got 5.
Okay, and what did you roll?
17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't
it'll be
add,
7
but-
total.
Okay, all right. You gain back. You're going to gain. You have just keep 3 of those,
Nice.
and including keep 3 in your stack there, and give everything else back to me.
Jeez.
Hey, good enough.
You regain some stuff.
Momentum.
All right. Basically, you realize. Okay, Tassas realizes it's eating the warp bubbles. The warp bubbles go outside of space. It is reaching that. You instead of engaging the warp, you put everything into impulse that you've got. You just barely streak away from site A98. You see, you're getting closer to the Romulans, unfortunately, but you clear 100,000 miles of this sphere, and it stops expanding. But now
I was hoping he'd take us to the put the sphere between us and the Romulans. Darn it. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much, hundreds of thousands of miles versus light years. It's pretty much not going to matter.
Sure.
But you put several AU between you and the sphere.
Okay.
And now you notice that the sphere is still there. It disappears for a moment when the wall is coming out.
Expands. Okay.
But you just barely manage to escape the advancing field.
Ooh.
Dun 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 dun, and you escape.
Yeah.
Now you see that you're on the outskirts of Site A98, and the sphere reforms and is now sending out signals from the Fahrenheit, the Watchful Owl, your probe, and also the Curie.
What?
It is sending out. It has copied your exact signal of hails and is sending them out as a ping.
As bait.
This is an anglerfish.
Space angler.
We should fire 2 torpedoes down on its gullet.
But they fired a shot previously and it expanded.
Or it was created?
This is something that definitely existed on its own. It's a living thing.
Perhaps the shot fired disrupted its cloaking previously and angered it.
So, Captain, I think we should try to reverse the polarity. Maybe it would work. Make it vomit. Why not? I mean, I'm not sciencey like that, but if it's a living thing, why couldn't you do that?
To Sass, could you whip up a torpedo or two that we could a little bit of ipecac and see if it'll up our ships?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to test a hypothesis.
All right.
I thought it was a good one.
Yeah.
I have the testing a theory, and I have botany.
We're going to put 2 fingers down its throat.
I'm a daredevil.
All right.
I'm going to kill it.
Okay, so, but yeah,
I
basically.
don't want to kill it. I just want it to just disgorge. It's like an iguana. You tickle its belly, it spits up what it had for lunch.
I didn't say you, sir. I said me.
Oh, okay. Good.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Iguanas don't do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kimono dragons.
They don't care if they're barfing or eating. They
Yeah,
they
that
have
one I can't argue. I have had pet iguanas. Never had a Komodo dragon.
Right. My apologies. I meant the big ones.
You have to monitor the situation very carefully.
Yeah. I'm not
That
a
was
very
a lizard joke.
I'm not a very lizard guy, so I mix up iguana and Komodo dragon. They're the same thing to me.
No, they absolutely are not.
I know they aren't.
That ijuana is a cry for help.
Yep. I want an iguana. Komodo dragons, if they feel threatened or scared, they will disgorge what they ate most recently as an appeasement while they run away. They'll and then run, thinking that whatever it is would go, ooh, look, a meal. And
yeah, it's called puke and rally.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
No, I don't know, but it sounded good.
That sounded good, very good. It sounded authoritative. All right, so let's get to work on putting 2 fingers down his throat.
Okay.
Or an elbow, whatever.
Whatever.
All right.
I'm going to keep this PC.
All right.
Oh, pass that over here.
Over the course of the next several minutes, you put a bunch of biocidal elements into your
God. Okay.
into your torpedoes, and you think that you're not sure exactly. It's an energy creature or something, and if it's multidimensional, essentially imagine
Antimatter.
Well, imagine, I mean, enough energy could affect it. It is manifesting, but essentially the spheres that you're witnessing, and you do realize that the it's the wall that ate the ships was a sphere. If you had imagine a 2-dimensional creature, there was a 3-dimensional thing that was trying to eat it. Like it would see the a sphere as a circle. This thing is extending outwards in directions that you can't see. So it appears as just a sphere to you, but the sphere is essentially a hole. It has not disintegrated those ships. They have been removed to somewhere else, presumably down its digestive tract.
So the idea is we're going to try to get that sphere to unfold and disgorge its contents.
Barf up your buddies.
Yep, that's the plan.
All right.
Pew pew.
You're reasonably confident that
O'Neill, set up a probe. I want a communications buoy. We're going to launch it into that thing. That's going to say Curie. The message will be message to Captain Whitaker, USS Fahrenheit. Attempting to disrupt alien entity's digestive system in an attempt to disgorge you and the other ships that have been consumed.
Readying the probe, Captain.
Launch in... I look over at SAS. Time?
1 minute.
5 minutes.
Okay.
Standard time, dating. Send it.
Yeah.
All right. You input the message into various formats, so it's sent in lingua code and audio.
Lingua code, man.
Yeah.
I'm a cunning lingua codist.
Get out of here.
Jesus.
But
All right.
Jesus.
Let me introduce you to a few Latin terms. All right. So,
Who turned the heat back up in this room?
it is hot.
I'm a little cold.
Excuse you? What?
Thanks. Can we turn this back to human temperatures?
Baby whoop.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What were we doing?
Sloth, turn it down. It's on.
All right. So. Ow. Oh, there's so much violence.
Baby
I am-
whoop.
All right.
Can't hear you.
Chubby bunny game?
Wow. Right? Because you didn't hold that temperature until like 11:30.
Why is it
I know.
75 degrees in here in January?
Yeah, exactly. So take it back down to 71 and then hold it until, let's call it...
It's like we were struggling for it not to be this hot in the
1:30?
summer.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Baby whoop.
We were like, man, why is it so hot in here in the summer? It's because we
Middle of
turned off the air
January.
conditioning.
Because the drama's heating up, John.
Yes, it is. I
All
can't
right.
wait to see what's going to happen. Oh, my
Okay.
God.
So you're in
joyous
commercial
relief
break right now while we
Is that
while
the
we have
joyous
some.
relief of air conditioning? Oh, God, it is.
Sarlacc pit.
All right.
you.
Okay, so after a few words from our sponsor,
Yay.
Brought to you by Spankerchief.
Train Air Conditioning. All right.
It's that thing that you put over your iPad so that it absorbs any...
If it's a Jackintosh.
Yes. Yes, I like that. Spankerchief.
Yes.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, just Spankerchief.
It sounds like something I don't need.
Never mind.
Anyhow,
mind.
moving on.
So after, so we've all
Seeing
right.
as how this particular section is brought to you by Spankerchief, I'm concerned that what we're going to do next might get us rubbed out.
It could happen. All right. All right. You guys. All right. You guys launch the torpedoes.
Pew pew.
They
Right.
enter the sphere. Disrupt the surface. There's a little bit of a ripple this time. As they detonate. There's
It's gonna be so angry.
it jiggles the sphere, sort of kind of wobbles in a weird way,
Oh, no.
kind of flickers in and out of existence,
Death jiggles.
and your sensor officer says, "Sir, the subspace wave is back. It's sending out the signal again." Expands.
Are we back far enough?
Move us.
All right.
All right, full
At this
impulse.
point,
That's exactly what it sounded like, actually.
okay. You guys are. I'm going to say that you guys launched from a good distance away.
We didn't.
Your torpedoes go at like full impulse into the sphere.
Okay.
It has the reaction where the mouth opens in a spherical dimension around it, and it successfully disgorges a different probe. It is not. It is in pieces, but there is a Federation a Class 5 probe buoy that appears.
Captain, tractor beam on that?
Yes.
You'll have to get closer in order to get it because it is only it is dropped off in regular space only a couple thousand miles away from the glowing sphere.
I can take a roundabout, sir.
You mean the runabout? Roundabouts are those roads in Old Earth Carmel.
Oh my God!
Never mind, sir. Do it yourself. Both suck.
At the traffic circle, take the third exit.
Shut up. I can take one of those, sir.
Yes, please do that.
All right, permission to leave the
Go
bridge.
get all the pieces. Yeah, go get it. Go ahead. Go do the thing.
All right.
Because we're going to have to reconstruct it and hear the message and hear what happened to the Fahrenheit, and it's going to be terrible, but I'm foreshadowing. Go ahead. Yes, go get them.
Hour and a half until Romulans reach us, sir.
Great. 1 hour later.
All right, so you fly your runabout.
Roundabout.
You jerk.
It is
Traffic circle.
It is the roundabout. We're going to just say that is the name of the runabout, because otherwise we'll never hear the end of it.
No, it's fine. The runabout. Yeah.
The roundabout.
Oh my
The
God.
runabout named Roundabout.
Traffic circle.
We really appreciate all of our listeners who have
Put up with
put
this
up with this
shit so far.
for like what would be like 2 minutes of screen time in a Star Trek show.
All right, so I'm
4 hours of
Hey,
at the
so
traffic
Neil.
circle.
Oh no. So I
At
get
the
on.
traffic circle, take the third exit.
So I get on the walkabout. All right, keep going.
O'Neill gets in the shuttle.
The walker.
You dirty cheeky monkey.
He closes in on the sphere without incident.
Okay.
Picks up the in that fateful tractor beam that you have a few things like, I remember doing this.
Yeah, a little flashback.
A little flashback.
Little PTSD.
As you tractor the probe, which is
My artificial limbs start aching for some reason. Makes no
Tingle a
sense.
little
Phantom
bit.
pain.
Yeah.
And you successfully retrieve the pieces
Tactical officer.
of this. Yes, sir.
Does Lieutenant Commander, or is he Commander now?
Lieutenant.
He's a lieutenant.
Does Lieutenant have all of the pieces in the runner-up?
Yes, he does, sir.
Good.
The runner-up.
Yeah, it was like a roundabout only.
Walkabout. I like that the best.
different.
Anyway, keep going.
Traffic circle.
Shut up.
Okay. The first thing that you are able to determine is that this buoy came. This is something that O'Neill notices right away. This came from the Fahrenheit.
Yay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right.
Captain, this probe came from the Fahrenheit, sir. I can confirm that right now.
He returns to the Curie without incident.
Yay.
Doesn't get swallowed by the space beast.
Yay.
Huzzah.
All right, I need that probe memory reconstructed so that we can hear the message from whoever it is that sent it.
All right, Captain.
Dun, dun, dun.
Start decoding or whatever.
All right.
Science!
This has taken a couple hours while they've been
great.
gobbled up and
good.
back and forth.
A couple hours.
Or I'm sorry, several
Does that mean the Romulans?
several minutes. The Romulans are going to be here pretty
Darn
soon.
soon.
no.
Did they
Hanging over our head.
RSVP to this party?
No.
Like a
They
science
totally
officer
showed
of
up
Damocles.
uninvited.
Did they bring anything?
They brought a whole bunch of middle fingers.
I was told there would
And
be
wine.
punch and pie.
Well,
Somebody's going to get punched.
So
in the pie hole.
your engineers begin to break down the remains of the buoy. They find its transponder and memory core without any incident or issue. They say that it was launched with the full logs of the mission logs and telemetry data of the Fahrenheit, as is normal when it looks like the ship's about to blow up.
Oh, good. Great.
And also with an audio-only message.
What are the last dates of the logs?
They are from like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. It's not like, it's been 35 years. Okay, good.
Yeah,
All right,
it
well,
is.
yay for that.
Whatever's going on, it's
like real time.
It's
Okay.
in real time.
Okay, that's
in
good.
proper time.
Right. So what's the audio log? Let's play it
The
back.
audio log. Yeah, it says we appear to be traveling through. The ship has sustained damage. Intruder alert. And at this point, there is a sound like sort of like
Pterodactyls?
No, it's sort of like tearing the wing off a rotisserie chicken,
Oh!
but wetter.
Oh.
And
Like pancake.
and there's you hear somebody you hear the Gamazoid scream, "No, brother, no!" And there's a voice you haven't heard before. It says, "Follow me into the dark." And then it cuts off.
That's Darth Vader.
All right, we're not going into the thing there. Thank God we didn't do that, huh?
Agreed.
High fives around the bridge. All right. Mm-hmm. Good for us. Well, yeah, I was about to send us in there. That would have been bad.
But there is an encoded thing that is that there was an abandoned ship called, as well as a full-on all points SOS. And you're getting this from that it was picked up not from the Fahrenheit, but from the Vigilance.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Captain, let me take a tactical team in there.
What's his mental state?
It's never been very good.
His mental
Right? But you just lost. I mean,
No, I haven't lost. I'm just like, somebody's got to go do something.
is this like a payday? Are you just packed full of nuts? I mean,
He's just like his mental state is just a series of code that says LOL.
It's just like it's Tuesday, close to midnight, sir. What's up?
Medicine is my discipline. Another discipline.
I'm going to call Fukuyama.
Fukuda.
Just think
Yes.
Barracuda. That's all I could
Fukuyama.
think earlier.
Commander Fukuda.
Commander Fukuda to the bridge.
Commander Fukuda.
She shows up.
Hey.
She says
The angry old Asian lady rolls onto the bridge, and I said,
she's in her 40s. She's
the angry
Was she angry?
young.
Yeah.
Hey, 40-year-old?
That's like infant for Romulans.
Right in their prime, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Oh no, I didn't mean for this to go that way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're the captain of a Starfleet vessel.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
Don't let me down.
Sort of an unspoken thing. Anyhow.
Also, your saliva is the most deadly poison known in the galaxy because you kiss
galaxy.
the captain and you die.
Die.
It happens.
Jesus.
So,
What?
O'Neill, repeat what you just requested.
Allow me to take a tactical team into the anomaly to save who I can or who we can.
She says, "Well, I don't think it'll." She gets briefed.
Yeah, I was like,
the
that's not a
situation.
wormhole. It's alive. That's bait, and that's a mouth.
She says, "Well, I don't think it'll work, but you're the captain."
Why do you not think it'll work?
Well, because I don't think it's I don't think that you're going to be able to, arrest it or
No, to save folks, Captain. If you allow me
Pure rescue mission.
if you allow me to use one of the buoys, it might be able to heighten the signal so I can transport from that side to this side.
Oh, I
I
doubt
think
that.
there's something with like the Prime Directive where we're not supposed to hurt living creatures.
We haven't proven that it's sentient yet, have we?
But
You have not.
Should we perhaps prove that?
No time.
What if it can be reasoned with?
We have
Maybe we've just angered it.
we have an hour and 15 minutes before 5 Romulan warbirds are here to not
to
do
anger it
justice.
even more.
So we have an hour and a half to get it on our side to eat the Romulans.
What? I don't think that's in the Prime Directive.
Weaponize it.
Captain.
We should determine its sentience and then weaponize it on our enemies. I don't think so.
She is
Commander
human.
Fukuda says, "Well, it's worth entertaining all possibilities,
See?
but
Barracuda.
in my opinion, it is it's
Angry.
it's hard to tell. It's eaten. If it's at least it's not
Perhaps it feels attacked.
No.
I'm not
That's
sure.
a
If
possibility.
I'm not sure if it feels attacked or not. Tactical officer, minimum phaser, fire on the anomaly. Short burst, please. Nothing that'll hurt it. I just want to see if it really does feel attacked.
Just poke.
all right. The ship fires a tickle, a very weak phaser shot. The sphere ripples, and from your distance of several AU away, you see that the mouth effect happens again. The glowing ball reacts to the energy. It does seem to open a hole in its surface that heals up right after, more or less, but it wasn't enough energy to hurt it. More than a couple of seconds, and then the wall of subspace energy appears again in a spherical pattern around it.
ST question.
Swallows up everything that's there and goes away.
ST question.
Yes.
So I saw this and the
GM. I'm not a. This isn't White Wolf.
Whatever gets you off, it's all
Okay,
good.
great.
But I saw that, correct?
Yes.
So essentially, like, could we go on the other side, sir? Once we actually rescue folks, you fire a very concentrated burst to open a hole, and we try to squeak through?
This time, after the power recedes, there is a piece of Klingon wreckage. It's like one of the. It is a nacelle from a Klingon warbird that.
Bird of prey?
A bird of prey, excuse me. A bird of prey.
I was going to say warbird D4.
Yes, but it is a bird of prey nacelle. Just sort of floats out. It looks like it has been blown off of the rest of the ship. But it basically coughs up another chunk.
Tactical officer, give me another single beam, short burst, throw everything we've got into it. Hit that thing hard.
All right. There is a all right. It basically the bubble more or less pops as the beam goes straight through it. It
Subspace effect again?
It explodes out the sides. The subspace effect is it happens again. Yes.
Is there anything else disgorged?
At this point, there is a yes. It is just a bit of fuselage from. It's made of duranium. It is a Federation ship, but you don't recognize it as part of the. You're looking through it. You see
Fahrenheit or the
the vigilance. It is from, but it is definitely of Federation make, but it is not part of the task force.
Is it a bigger chunk than the nacelle mass-wise? I'm wondering.
No,
what I'm trying to assess is a correlation between tiny hit, X amount, larger hit, larger volume. Is there any correlation?
This is. It seems to be. It's on further examination of this piece of hull. Essentially, it looks like it is smaller than the nacelle. Okay. It is just a piece of a wall. It took a little bit of looking to even see it, but it is. You've listed, it has its own little code or whatever, but it is definitely not a component from either of the ships that you just saw pass into it, or the Vigilance.
Okay, O'Neill, can you go get that piece of Federation wreckage and bring it back to the ship?
Yes, sir.
I wanna break down where that's from. I want a source of origin.
Okay, so
all right,
first verse.
All right, you retrieve it without any. They say, we can beam that onto the ship if you want.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, they beam it up. I
want some nerds to look at it.
Yeah, the nerd squad scrambles. They say that it is from a commercial Beta Z ship from Beta Z that is listed as being a shuttle that launched about 6 months ago, and was listed as being on transit to Risa, But obviously, you're nowhere near Risa.
Right. Who's the crew complement?
Crew complement of 1, owner-operator Charno Damascus, who is brother to your buddy Yan Damascus. Another Gamazoid.
I was going to say, I want to send communication or open a channel. But is he a Gamazoid or is he a Betazoid?
He is a Gamazoid.
Alrighty. Because I find the timing to be
I assume that's the angry voice we heard, sir.
probably, maybe, I don't know.
He did say brother.
Hey, brother.
Okay. All right. Tasas, how do we destroy this thing?
And at this point, Commander Fukuda says,
Barracuda.
I can't go into much detail because it's classified. But this is need-to-know information, and I think you need to know.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
You remember when you went to Ruraganoch and rescued Heartbreaker, Yan Damascus?
Yes.
The reason you did that was because there was a genetic plague affecting the Adranian host cattle, and his specific expertise as an animal cloner was required. That genetic plagues that wipe out species vital to a Federation world don't just happen.
Seems mighty specific. Not a coincidence.
Indeed not.
Okay. Do we know? What does the Federation know about the source of that plague?
I think I have no direct evidence, but I believe that based on the information we've seen, that Charno Damascus, interstellar Gamazoid terrorist, was involved.
Great.
And this was to manipulate us into bringing his brother here somehow to bring him
On
out.
whose orders was Damascus that we brought with us? Or that the Kyriba, or that the
He was specifically requested.
Fahrenheit?
He was specifically requested by the Commodore in charge of the task force.
But on whose orders was he released and allowed to come? Like, did an admiral okay this?
He was specific. He's a free citizen. He was requested by the Commodore for science reasons,
Okay.
and he until he was picked up by the Fahrenheit, he was living it up on Idran 4, on Idra 4. He's a celebrated hero there.
So then, who was the Commodore? I'm going to do a quick search. Who was
Commodore? His name is. Let's see. What's a good name for the Commodore? This is a character I haven't written up yet.
Stevens.
Van
Stevens.
Heusen.
Stevens.
Oh, I don't like him already.
Me neither.
Commodore Riley Stevens.
Handavast Stevens. Damn it, I hate that guy.
But yes, he was requested by the Commodore, who was overseeing this.
What ship was the Commodore on?
He was on the Vigilance.
Okay. So then it sounds like the Commodore was in cahoots to try to get Damascus out here so that his brother could do whatever lead me into darkness. Great. This ought to be a lot of fun. Tasas, do we know how we can kill this thing, or at least invert it, make it go away, get it out of our space?
Thus far, we don't know much about it.
You're only able to come at it in 3 dimensions. It's a multi-dimensional creature, so it would be like it would be like something that was an infinitely thin plane trying to attack a 3-dimensional person. It's like, what are they going to do, really?
Paper cut.
Paper cut,
Cut you in half. Monomolecularly.
possibly.
A monomolecular whip is
Very dangerous weapon.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Can we get a giant jar, sir?
Yes.
Catch it.
So,
All right.
Send a walkabout in there.
But
Fire,
yes.
cause a hole. Come out the hole.
you are faced with a very...
No, it's fine. You're good. Go ahead.
You're faced with a very dangerous, difficult decision.
All right.
And at that moment, you're
Shit.
being hailed by your buddy, the Romulans.
Yay, they're not.
Bring.
Do you think we can get the Romulans to attack it?
Yes.
O'Neill,
they-
do you think we can get the Romulans to attack it?
Have we ever gotten the Romulans to do anything we wanted?
Are they?
Yes, actually.
Are
We've
they
had good luck with
closer-
that.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
The
Yes.
one guy that,
one
that
guy
was
that
really
burned to
amenable. Yeah.
Are they closer to the entity than we are?
No, they're approaching from far away.
Oh, great. Yeah, no,
Can we?
You could probably trick them into getting close to it if you wanted
Can
to.
we
They're an hour
move to
away.
the other side of it so they have to pass near it?
O'Neill, I want you to put that anomaly between us and the Romulans, please.
Okay.
Full impulse.
I told you I was going to weaponize this thing.
You did, didn't you?
I did.
I mean, if you get really close, you could just be like, "Hey, I will iris this thing open."
Yeah, we'll tickle it open.
That's true. It does. Also,
that will piss him
by
off.
the way, the
We'll just-
sphere has more or less reformed from when it was shot.
Okay,
it took
so-
a while for the holes to seal close, but it
So racking it didn't do much either. Okay.
from in at least that component is
Sure.
not particularly sensitive.
Okay. Alrighty.
Okay, so
Can we get in between? Can we get it?
absolutely, but it will put you close to the mouth. Yeah, I mean, you can position yourself so they will have to be within its nom distance.
Okay.
But you will be within the same radius if you're not careful.
O'Neill, here's what I want you to do. I want you to put that thing between us and them. I want you to engage 3/4 impulse away from it to put distance between it and them, but I still want you to keep it in line. I want them as close as they can get.
Okay.
And we're going to move away from it, not as fast as we can go, but only 3/4 impulse. And Tassas, while he's doing that, I want you to scream every scientific. I want active radar. I want you to bloom. I want pings. I want bleeps. I want sweeps. I want everything I can get. We're going to science this up while they come around this thing. Science.
All right. The
I don't want it to look like we're like fleeing.
okay. You're actively scanning.
Oh yes, give me. I want this whole sector lit up.
All right. Okay, so
And I want to know if there's cloaked ships here too, just in case. So actually sweep it.
Sweeping.
There are cloaked ships present with the Romulans.
Yeah, I thought there would be.
Imagine that.
Right?
How many is uncertain.
Sure.
But okay, you position your ship. You are very loudly saying, "I'm looking at things, looking around. What's this over here?" I'm scanning it with all of my stuff. You're fairly confident that this won't agitate the glowing dangle on the anglerfish creature's mouth.
Nice.
But at that point, the Romulans hail you. They are on the opposite side of the sphere. They are keeping what they think is a cautious distance of 10,000 miles away from it.
Okay. Have they stopped
They
moving?
stop moving.
Okay.
They say, "Attention, USS Curie."
We're going to continue moving. When we French tickler it, you're going to punch us up to full impulse.
Okay.
You're going to kick this pig.
There is a
I answer the hail.
there is you see that there is the very the very handsome
Swarthy.
Captain Laurent.
Oh, he looks good.
Now he's wearing like sort of like a he's not even dressed in a uniform. He's sitting on a couch smoking like a hookah that is covered in knives for some reason.
Nice.
Well,
It's
hello, Captain.
A space hookah. He's sitting there. He looks like Romulan Hefner, except like underwear model level handsome.
Nice.
I can get on board with this.
He raises one sculpted eyebrow and says, and strong, intense hatred just rolls off of him.
He wants to really kill me.
He wants to really, really kill you.
Does he hate me?
He probably doesn't think too highly of anybody on the Curie, considering his situation. He was busted down from governor to captain, and for this exact purpose.
This is Captain Turnweather of the the Federation USS Starship Curie. To whom am I speaking?
Says, why, we know each other.
Do we?
Don't we, Captain? I would be...
Governor.
Captain Laurent.
Captain Laurent. So good to see you again.
Says, yes, I'm very concerned about what happened to Captain Canestra, the watchful owl.
Well, why don't you come join me and we'll talk about it.
Says, well, it's rather important for us to secure this area. We don't see the security that was necessary for keeping an eye on such a dangerous anomaly.
Oh? Why do you believe it to be dangerous?
Well, we are aware that there were several ships here that aren't here anymore, and
space is big.
We've been watching. We've been watching you shoot it for the last couple of hours, and it seems to be disgorging the components of destroyed vessels.
Oh,
that seems to be very serious.
Has it disgorged any Romulan components yet?
No, not that we've seen.
Sounds like your people should be safe and sound then, huh?
Really? Yes. So considerate.
Governor, if you want me...
Governor.
I'm sorry.
Captain.
If you want me, you can come get me.
Says, now, why would I start an interstellar incident over
No. Leaving the Romulan neutral zone, you've already done that.
We're a rescue mission.
Oh, really? So you're going to petition the Federation to come in and rescue the people that you're not even sure are missing yet? We can forward on your request.
We are here to rescue our citizens.
Oh? Rescue again from where? There's no Romulan debris. There's no Romulan ships. Maybe they just went home.
Maybe they didn't.
Oh, this is true.
What
makes you think this is a rescue mission?
Oh, we are aware that the watchful owl entered this sector to examine this area. We show records that it was decloaked and mobile and attempted to enter warp. He looks at a little phone-sized thing, and it says here that we show signs that several ships have tried to enter warp in the last 3 hours, and their warp bubbles have been disrupted by something in subspace, and now they're not here. So
maybe they, like us, are traveling under impulse, and
then we would be able to see them because they wouldn't have gotten that far. I'm not a complete idiot.
Oh, well, maybe they went into it then.
Well, that's a very dangerous thing, and we're very interested in knowing what we're dealing with here. Perhaps you would like to send over your sensor logs.
Perhaps. Why don't you come over here and we'll talk about it. Like I said, I'd love to have you on. I apologize that you were busted down, but I think if we talked this through, we could come to an amicable situation.
He says, very well. I would be willing to discuss things. At this point, give me a I'm going to say presence plus command to just sort of push things your way.
I want to spend a point of momentum.
Oh, good call. All right. Pony up a chip, please.
Yep. Toss one of them chips this way, and I need an extra D20, please.
All right.
Do I know my target?
The target is going to be 1.
A 6. By the way, I'm at a 17.
Oh, okay.
So I have a 6, a 6, and a 3.
Ooh.
I believe that's 4 successes.
Yes, it really is. So you are going to get 3 momentum.
I am a
off of
command
that.
cannon. I'm sorry, I'm a presence cannon.
Absolutely. He says, well, I'll be willing to listen to what you have to say. He says, I'll drop your shields and I'll beam over.
Are they within beaming distance?
Yes.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're
Are
like
his
20,000.
ships moving at all?
They are currently stationary.
Okay.
Do we have to drop our shields to beam them over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we do.
You see the Commander Fukuda cross her arms and look around and think, oh, that she's thinking, well, that you could always have we could be here for hours if you sick. She's thinking this. We could keep this jerk tied up for hours if we sick the ambassador on him. Is what she's thinking.
Right. Okay. O'Neill ready the French tickler?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. I looked at the tactical officer and go, O'Neill has no idea about the French tickler.
They cut the transmission after he says, I'll beam over.
Okay.
They've dropped their shields.
As we drop our shields, I want you to fire the French. When the beam initiates, I want you to fire the French tickler.
Says, okay.
We're not firing on the Romulans.
Captain, I must. If we might be at this point, Commander Fukuda says, just as a tactical observation, we'll be sending them to where our people are. If we do that,
Sure, they're on an aid mission, right?
goes okay. Yeah, you're the captain.
Right.
I'm not here to gainsay you, sir.
No worries.
At this point,
And then I want full shields, no communication with his ships.
all right. The at this okay, your orders are executed to your specifications. The bubble is once more pierced. The wall of energy comes out.
And that'll do us tonight for Gaming with Scott. It's an hour and 20.
That's true.
That'll do us
we are
tonight for
done.
Gaming with Scott. That's a perfect cliffhanger, isn't it?
Ooh, he's so treacherous.
Okay.
So good.
Yes, that's a good cliffhanger to choose.
It's fabulous.
And as always, you'll hear from us real soon.
Bye.
That'll do us tonight for Star Trek Adventures. You can send us an email at feedback@gamingwithscott.com. John Garlick is at JPMGarlic. Jay Duguay is at @1_nerdy_mama. John Kennedy is at JKMyth. And me, Scott T, is at GamingWScott. This is a Southgate Media podcast. As you boldly go through your life, remember to make the galaxy a better place than it was yesterday. And as always, you'll hear from us real soon. Bye.